Okay, thank you very much. So here are the objectives, and we trust that we will be able to benefit from your insight into this case. Little arrows that will lead you. So anyway, here's the orientation for the scene and what led to us to get involved in this. Neighbor goes out to get his paper and he sees the blood on his front door stoop, and so he calls the police. They get access to the back of the house through his to the neighbor's apartment, and they find a pool of blood. Peering through the back window, they find a pool of blood leading to into the rest of the house. This is the front of the apartment, and the decedent's door is right there. There is a middle door that goes to the two upstairs flats, and through which the officers gain access to the back of this residence. And then there's you can just barely see it here behind a tree, there's a door on the left for the adjacent downstairs apartment, with whom the decedent shares a contiguous wall. And then there's this tradesman entrance, which was closed at the time that the police arrived. So what we see here in the front is some of the initial blood spatter that the officers, or blood stains that the officers saw upon arriving, and you'll see better pictures of that as we proceed through this. There's another shot of the blood drops, and I guess the point we'd like the point to make is that they appear to be vertical in the sense that they're rounded with relatively little indication of directionality or angularity. So this is another picture of the blood on the front stoop, which is what led the neighbor to call the police. And here again you can see the blood dripping down, blood coming down from the upper railing, and again the well-rounded drops of blood spaced close together with blood dripping into blood. So here's another view of it. This is from the door of the decedent, who's over here. This is the middle door again of the neighbor, and then this is the door of the neighbors of to the contiguous apartment, who were, by the way, at home at the time that this event, we believe, took place. So he's bleeding, or something, and this blood later turned out to be the decedent's, and he's bleeding right in front of his neighbor's door. So one thing that did occur is that there were some very small, minute drops of blood that were found on the adjacent wall there, cinder block wall. Again, not a lot of directionality associated with those moves, with those robs. Here's a picture of the front door. There was a blood swipe on the front door. This is a doorknob, the exterior door, the knob of the door. The officers, when they got there, tried the front door, were not able to get in, and that's why they went down into the back, and they couldn't get into the back either, because the back door was locked. They could look through the window, and they ended up kicking open the back door. So they go through the house, and they're coming in from the back, which is the kitchen, down a very narrow hallway into a living room, past the bathroom, which is behind this wall. This is a bedroom, actually. And then here's the living room. Now this place, this flat is really, really small. It is probably about the width of maybe one of these tables, maybe two of these tables that you're sitting at, and in depth maybe 4 rows that you have. So it's a very small apartment. And you can see the amount of blood in front, the decedent laying there. And from our perspective, we'd like to point out again, rounded blood drops and some small tangential blood drops along the edge of the door frame there. So here's another shot of the door frame, again showing the blood dripping down the side and extensive blood on the inside. Note the laptop computer, and we'll get into that a little bit more. That's the interior of the front door, again showing blood swipe on the side there, and on the interior deadbolt, which was deadbolted, and on the doorknob. So here's another close-up of the front door, showing some more of the blood drops that are there associated with it. This is the back door that the officers ended up kicking in after they peered through the window in the door. This is a view from the interior of the kitchen looking out at the back door. So you can see the window, that's the door the officers kicked. And the point is that there's nothing interesting about the floor. But when you look in the other direction, which is what the officers saw, you see all that blood. And that blood is right in front of the kitchen. There's a plate of food there. There's a sink right there with some plates in it. Here's the table. a light switch up there, and there's this trail of blood that leads into where the deceased is. And as you look a little closer, you can see some bloody footprints there. And again, well-rounded drops with some tangential blood drops along the edge there. So this is another view of the counter. And what you can see there is what appears to be a bloody void, which our bloodstain experts opine could very well be the result of a bloody palm as it's leaning on the edge of the counter there. This is another image of that again. There's the boy. There's a knife that's right next to the plate of food, and there's another knife right there in the sink, and there's water in the plate and in the sink. Here's another view of that knife in the sink. And I think we have another view of it, even close-up view, where you can see the difference in refraction from the water that's actually in the plate and in the sink. So there's some another view of the blood that's on the kitchen floors, and you can see that there's some pooling, and again there's some round drops without much evidence of angularity, and consistent with then somebody just standing there bleeding and then walking away. And the bloody footprints come in and out of the house. They go in and they go out. In other words, they're both directions, and you'll see it a little bit better as we proceed through. So this is a view down the hallway that I mentioned earlier, out to the front door. And again, you can see the trail of blood drops going down through there. And there's a light switch in the kitchen. And you can see some bloody swipe along the light switch there, and the lights were off and in a down position. That's a picture of a similar light switch in the hallway with, again, blood coming down, bloody swipe on the wall, and again, blood pooling along the side there. So we have another view going back toward the kitchen now. This is from the hallway. This door here goes into the bathroom. This is a small alcove-type closet that shares a contiguous wall with the neighbors. And you can see, again, the pattern of footprints going in and out and the bloody drops spaced close together and, again, coming down vertically. Here's blood on top of bidirectional footprints. That's to say that there's blood and there's a bloody shoe print, and on top of that, somebody appears to have bled. Another view of the bloody shoe prints in the kitchen. You can see them there. And more blood, the footprints, and you can see the blood, the impregnated blood of the bottom of the decedent's shoes. There's another better picture of the shoe prints. And another view, again, distant view of the blood in the kitchen. And so what we're wondering here is we got bloodstain origins, or did it start outside and move in, or did it start inside by the kitchen and move out? Because those are the two polar extremes of the blood stains that we have, either outside or inside. So outside, where you have big drops moving slowly, or inside where you have little drops moving slowly with bloody footprints. And a couple of knives that are consistent with the injuries that were noted in the victim. Here you have a view of the person's bathroom, past which he walked, absolutely clean, no indication whatsoever that he went in there or engaged in any kind of attempt to engage in self-aid. There's a view of his bedroom. Again, view of the alcove and the dresser in his bedroom. Again, that's a contiguous wall with his neighbors. His wallet and his keys are there, no indication of any ransacking or any robbery. That's an image of the living room where the victim was found. And as you can see, there's a great deal of blood and swipe. Vertical blood drops, again noted on the CD case. And here we have a picture of the cell phone, which was active. He had used it that night. There's no indication whatsoever that he used that for anything. No 911 call, no call for help, no nothing. The computer was also active. When the police got there, it was asleep. And when they touched eventually they touched the touchpad, it came to this porn site, and it was. We subsequently examined the computer forensically and determined what his browsing history was. Again, another view of the cell phone on the table, and again, once again, the point is that he made no effort whatsoever to use that Oops, where did we go? Okay.